wise Virginian that every one of us is created equal. I'm delighted to be here with so many friends. I had a chance to visit with your two great Democratic senators. Both Senator Warner and Senator Kaine are doing such an extraordinary job in the Senate representing you. And of course, for me, it's a special treat to be here with the tremendous, unbelievable, beyond description. I'm running out of superlatives. Governor who has been a friend and a colleague to me. You know, they say Virginia is for lovers. Well, I'm not sure anyone loves this Commonwealth and all of you more than Terry McAuliffe. He may have the biggest heart and the most open mind of anyone you'll ever meet, except, of course, for your First Lady. There are not many people who can leave Terry speechless, but Dorothy does it every time she walks into the room. And I happen to know a thing or two about what it takes to be First Lady of a state. And I have to say, Dorothy is in a class by herself. Now, we've always known Terry could talk the talk, but as governor, he's proving every day he can also walk the walk. Tens of thousands of new jobs, billions in new capital investment, exports surging, a stronger, more diversified Virginia economy. That's what your Democratic Governor, Terry McAuliffe, is delivering. And he's my kind of leader, a pragmatic progressive. He understands that success should be measured by how many families get ahead and stay ahead, not by how big the bonuses are for the wealthiest Americans. So he's making the investments Virginia needs in education and transportation, and he's taking care of our veterans. He is working to expand preschool for Virginia's children. He is defeating efforts to close women's health centers across the Commonwealth. And from his first day in office, he's been a champion for marriage equality. And through it all, Terry has exemplified the Virginia way. He always prefers common ground to scorched earth. He knows that we Americans may differ, bicker, stumble, and fall, but we are at our best when we pick each other up, when we have each other's back. Today was one of those days when we're reminded that, like any family, our American family is strongest when we cherish what unites us and fight back against those who would divide us. It was an emotional roller coaster of a day. This morning, love triumphed in the highest court in our land. Equality triumphed, America triumphed. Just listen to the final lines of the Supreme Court's decision, because they have resonated with so many people across our country. And this is what that decision said. No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. Two people become something greater than once they were, a love that may endure even past death. It would misunderstand these men and women to say they disrespect the idea of marriage. Their plea is that they do respect it so deeply they seek to find its fulfillment for themselves. Their hope is not to be condemned to live in loneliness, excluded from one of civilization's oldest institutions. They ask for equal dignity in the eyes of the law, and the Constitution grants them that right. And to that I say, amen. Thank you. You know, like so many others, my personal views have been shaped over time by people I have known and loved. As a mother, and now a grandmother, I remember the joy and pride I felt watching my daughter marry the love of her life. How could we deny that opportunity to anyone's son or daughter solely on the basis of who they are and who they love? Today's decision confirms we've been working toward equality as a nation, step by step, case by case, court by court, and that equality has been right there in the Constitution all along. There's something quite remarkable about that. Like the case here in Virginia that struck down bans on interracial marriage 48 years ago. Today was not about discovering new rights. It was about getting closer to the ideals that have defined our nation from the very beginning. I took comfort in that this afternoon in Charleston, South Carolina, as I joined President Obama and Mrs. Obama and many others in honoring the life and legacy of Reverend Pinckney and the other 8 men and women murdered for the color of their skin. Our ideals persevere through every storm if we honor and defend them. America is a gift, but it's a gift that must be earned by every generation. And make no mistake, there are always forces pushing in the opposite direction to deny rights rather than defend or expand them, to constrict the circle of opportunity and equality rather than expand it, to lash out in hate and fear rather than embrace in love and hope. Now, I know it's tempting to dismiss a terrible tragedy like Charleston as an isolated incident, to believe that in today's America, bigotry is largely behind us. But despite our best efforts and our highest hopes, America's long struggle with racism is far from finished.